Good morning, everybody. It's Sally, the Upside Down Picker. This is another day.
Another day.
I have Todd with me, the silver hair stacker, and we are here for your enjoyment.
Wait,
I don't know what else to say.
that
We
sounded
are
weird.
home of the Reseller Squad, and I don't know what else I was going to say.
Sadie is actually first when he says first.
Oh
Oh
my
my
gosh.
gosh.
Look at
That's
that.
that's a first.
Yeah, it is. Um, I know that I have to take my packages out still in a minute. I don't have to do it right this second.
Mm,
Um, but yeah, it's been it's been going. That's for sure. I
yeah.
had 3 paid this morning. That's good. How many did you have?
Uh,
10 or something.
no. Again, like the day before, I had one or two come in early enough yesterday. I went ahead and shipped them same day.
Mm.
So
Hi, Cindy.
I've only got 2 packages today,
Yeah, because you shipped the other one
but
early.
yeah, I think I sold like 4 yesterday.
Yeah.
But one of them is a $320 sale.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm?
I sold, it's kind of like a Pelican case, only it's not Pelican, it's
Oh.
BGC or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's huge. It's 50 pounds.
Man.
I know.
So how's that going? FedEx?
Yeah. Good thing about it is it's a shipping crate. Um, so
You're just gonna
to
stick a
ship
label
it,
on
you don't have to put it in a box. You just put a label on it. Ta-da!
it? Sounds good. How much you sell that for?
320.
Woo wee. That's some good money there.
And I charge 50 for shipping, but that wasn't enough.
Oh really?
Yeah,
You have
FedEx is going to
to-
be like $81.
Oh my goodness.
So I'm losing like $31 on shipping.
But you got some wiggle room on the silver.
Oh yeah, man, I'm into those for about I've got 3 of them. I'm into those for about $40 a piece.
Oh good.
So yeah, it's at least $200 profits.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Sadie, you should go. That sounds like good stuff there. He says he was gonna go to an auction tonight, but looks like mostly coins, gold, and ammo. That's all the good stuff.
Yeah, but that's the stuff that goes for
Oh,
stupid prices at auctions.
true.
It's hard to buy the coins and ammo at auctions because that stuff just goes nuts.
Yeah.
Gold, it depends on what the gold is.
Yeah.
If it's in jewelry, sometimes you can get it for a reasonable price.
Right.
But coins, nah. There's always buyers at auctions for coins that are willing to pay stupid.
Yeah. Probably
I'm
be
not
better
saying
to
that's true where he lives, but
pick it up somewhere else. Another way. Yeah, Mr. Sadie, the guy that brought my bracelet, he lives in Missouri. And if he didn't pay, I was gonna send you to his house. Not that you would go for me, but I'm just saying, I would ask you. Go tell this guy he needs to pay for his dang bracelet.
Yeah. That buyer on that case I sold has 0 feedback.
Mm. And
In
paid right
fact,
away?
yeah.
Good.
And they paid full price. I had to make an offer on it, but they paid full price.
Well,
And
that's
then
great.
I
I
looked,
don't
and
know.
they've been an eBay. They've had an eBay account since 2019. So they've been on eBay like 2.5 years, but never bought anything, never sold
Wow.
anything.
Hmm.
So I thought, I don't know if my suspicion antennas are out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go ahead and ship it and everything, but
Yeah. I looked
I
up
don't know.
my bracelet buyer's house. I looked up like to see what his house looked like.
Oh, you Google Earthed his house.
Yeah. And basically
I've done that
his
before.
yard was dead. I was kind of like put off by that. His yard is completely dead, but like his neighbors have green grass. But I thought maybe he just moved into the house, so
Yeah.
can't
Or
really
he spends his
judge
money
a
on
book by
bracelets instead of lawn care.
maybe maybe that's what it is. But good morning, sister. How are you today?
Hey, Valerie.
Hope you're feeling better than you were the last couple of days.
Yeah, she probably got stress sick.
Maybe.
She's had so many changes and so much work to do the last month that
Yeah.
she's just
Yeah. I
whacked
mean,
out. I bet you're enjoying those grandbabies, Valerie. Wish I had some.
Mr. Sadie can't kill his yard. He's been trying for years.
I went out and did some yard work yesterday. I have on my backyard fence honeysuckle vines, and they grow everywhere.
Mhm.
They take over the bushes around the pool that I want to keep bushes, but the honeysuckle vines grow up into the bushes and kill the bushes.
Um,
So I'm like, dang it.
Hi there, Karen.
Um,
You're a little bit better, huh?
wonder if I could use some Roundup on those honeysuckles because
Probably.
they're invasive and they're just about impossible to pull the roots out of the ground.
Hey, there's the chick
Hi,
picker.
Valerie.
Hello.
Miss
Hi.
you, love you. You're the bestesses.
How you doing?
Thought I'd come on for a few minutes.
Yeah, you doing all
Good.
right?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
Good.
Gwen went to the doctor yesterday. She has a sinus viral infection.
Mm.
Ugh.
So
It's so hard to tell, you know?
she
It's
got
so hard to
tested.
tell what the difference is
Yeah,
between that and
doc said it
COVID.
was not COVID. So we're like, oh, thanks.
They tested her, though.
Yeah, it's a sinus viral infection.
I mean, right
So
now is the time for I mean, even here, it's like the weather
dry
is so
Sadie.
weird. the weather is so weird that like it was cold. Okay, we got a bunch of snow yesterday, and then it was cold overnight and everything. I'd say around 25, 30. So it was cold. And all of a sudden, there was a snap. And it was like a cold snap. But we got fog. We got hit with the fog like so heavy. And to where you couldn't even see across the street. It was so, the fog was like, it was like freezing fog, not frogs. Hi, David. It's the
So,
truth.
Valerie, do a slow pan around of your warehouse there. Do real slow, 'cause I'm an old man and I see slow. Look how tall that ceiling is.
Nope, it's very tall.
You could build 20-foot high shelves in there. Of course, then you wouldn't be able to reach your stuff. Good
So,
grief.
so everything right there to the back is what, your personal stuff, or
It's a little bit of everything.
oh,
I
Well,
have
so's
it.
that.
I have it pretty well organized as far as what's personal and what's unlisted and what's listed and
What you
everything.
just showed there, that's 2,400 square feet?
Well, you have to think it's technically the floor space is not 2,400 square foot because that's
Oh.
included in the height. So
Oh.
it's technically the floor space is 600 square foot.
Ah, okay. I didn't think it looked like 2,400 square foot.
So I mean, it's big. It's bigger than I've
yeah.
ever had, but it's not 2,400 square
And I
foot.
don't think whenever you look at it, you can't tell. You can't really tell how long it is. It's
No,
way longer than what it looks like.
let me see if I can. Oh. Well, I'm at the end right now, and then that is
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the end of it.
the
yeah.
back wall looks really small way down there.
Are your shelves up against the wall?
They are
Are they coming out from the wall?
they're like bookshelves. They're like sideways.
Okay, they're coming out from the
Right,
ceiling.
right.
Wow. Yeah, so you've seen how many shelving units she had in there. So you you can tell kind of by that how long it is.
I have nine shelving units up currently.
Yeah.
And it once I get organized, because I'm still working on getting the organization done. But
Yeah.
once that gets done, I should be. I want to have the full 12 shelves up.
Right.
So,
But
have you been back into your listing routine, Valerie?
I am working on it. I failed yesterday because I had a problem with some banking issues.
Hmm.
So, sorry. But
So,
yeah, I didn't list anything yesterday. Let's just say that. So
well,
I had to get some banking issues taken care of yesterday. So
yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's gonna take you a little bit of time to get everything, you know, back to normal.
yeah, I just need to. That's why I'm kind of in here early this morning, and of course yesterday.
Oh,
Oh,
she lost her connection.
I guess so.
She was starting to get a little glitchy.
Yeah.
Anyway, It's
Well,
good
she's
to
working
see
off
Valerie.
hotspot. She's working off of a hotspot, and
Oh, okay.
no, she said banking issues. Fishing and picking. Battery. There's one in the thing, but there's one in the green room, but it's blank. So she's either still trying to connect or something. Yeah, so it's it's a process moving like that, It's
Yeah,
gonna
Sadie, no politics on Sally's show.
eh,
I don't mind talking about it, but
I don't
I don't
really
know.
care, but I mean I don't even like politics, so
It was just that one deal I found out yesterday that kind of set me off, which I won't bring up again. Anyway,
disappeared, sister. Yeah, Mr. Say says I would be lost moving all my inventory like that and trying to keep my store running if I had as much as she did. Yeah. I mean, she's got a lot of listings, like 3,500 or something like that. So it's not just a few. It's a lot.
yeah.
Let's go, eBay.
So we signed into our cruise for next month.
Uh-huh.
Hopefully it doesn't get shut down for this COVID stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
Everyone's,
it's definitely a possibility, right?
yeah, because the same cruise line, they got to port one time and they reported that they had 44 COVID infected people
Oh my gosh.
when they got back. I
Yeah.
was like, dang,
Hi, Beth.
I'm living my best life. No, I'm living the life that Gwen allows me to live, Anissa.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look at there. There's Carrie.
There's
Oh my
Terry.
god, it's a huge upheaval to move. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
with I'm just saying eBay, not like general life. But like when we moved, I purged out a lot of stuff that was like listed for like over a year. It's just not worth me moving, unless it was something expensive. But
Yeah.
I mean, like that first month we lived down here, I mean, because I hadn't listed in a long time with like getting everything moved. I mean, I think that first month we lived here, we maybe sold $1,000 worth that first month. I mean, which was really bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it really will. I came down here. I went from like 3,000 listings down to 500, and then I had to rebuild it all. It was hard.
Yeah.
It's doable. It just takes some time,
Right.
and you got to organize your stuff, and you got to get set up, and it's a lot.
And
Mhm.
didn't you, Valerie? Didn't you go through and like take some of your listings down, like with hard goods and stuff?
I was going to, and then I kind of have that's on the kind of the back burner right now, but that is a possibility in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to do everything
Right.
all at once because I don't want to totally kill my store, even though it's kind of dead right now.
Yeah.
Um, but that is a possibility
Yeah.
in the future.
This cat is killing me lately. He thinks that my picture taking area is his new bed. Ow!
I told you
Well,
what
you
to
could
do.
leave them in the pictures for a reference for size.
There you go.
Instead of the soda can, you could have your cat.
They'll say that must have been a humongous cat. this thing is so little. Oh my gosh. Brandon Let's Go says, I heard my name over here
Uh-oh.
Beck and call.
Who
No
is that
Brandon
really? Is
Mitchell.
that Scott?
I have no idea who that is.
I don't know either.
It's not my son because he's still
Maybe
asleep.
it's
I know that.
Christian Pickens' new name.
Probably.
Sorry. Don't hit me.
Yeah, we're not doing politics today, Brandon. Sorry.
Oh boy. Did you have a big political thing I missed yesterday?
Uh, I did a little bit of griping. Yeah.
You
Sorry.
always gripe though every show.
Not about politics.
Oh, okay. Oh
But yeah,
boy.
there's just some stupid stuff going on lately that I griped about yesterday.
It
Did you see
probably
that?
Cowboys County too.
Bridget just sent a message in that group thing that they're banning packing peanuts in New York. They're going foam free. Not that I use packing peanuts, but
Oh my God. Yeah. No, I didn't see that, but
I was like,
I
okay.
don't doubt it. Those morons in New York.
Jack says it's not me. I'm busy lurking. Bishop Pickens says, has anyone made year-end donations for write-offs?
No, because I have
I
enough
don't do
write-offs
that.
without donating money.
I do. Yeah, I do keep records. I get a little bit off my taxes, but it's almost not worth keeping up with donations because it has to equal a certain percentage of your income and such
No.
to be really worth much. So a lot of times I just won't. I do keep all records of my donations, but I don't, like giving to church or giving to Samaritan's Purse or
But you have to give a
giving to
pretty
the
decent.
animal shelters and all of the,
Yeah. Don't you have to
way.
get pretty high before that you could really take it as a deduction? Very much of a
Yeah,
deduction.
I think it's based on a percentage of your
No.
income, but the 2 or 3 times I've tried to do it, for sure, I mean, just fill out every nitpicky, it just about wasn't worth it.
Those people that Jim used to caretake for, they gave him their old laptop one year, so this is years ago, and he left his taxes loaded on it. And Jim's like, "Look at this, Tara. His charitable donations are 250,000."
I
Yeah.
mean, that's a lot of money.
Well,
Well,
obviously made a lot of money.
Yeah. What did he do?
Lawyer,
What did the guy that he worked for do?
lawyer,
Oh, lawyer.
lawyer,
Oh.
but not like criminal or like I don't know, like civil claims. It was mostly like I think like working for an insurance company.
Yeah.
He,
Wow.
they had their own. They used to have their own office. He sold it off, and then he went and worked in another office. And then they did other stuff too, like a lot of real estate investment and stuff like that.
Hmm.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
if
union. He was a union lawyer. That's where all the money is. I said insurance. He did work for like
insurance, so it was
mainly mainly represented unions. So that's where all the money is
in Chicago.
in Chicago.
oh wow,
Yeah.
wow, yeah, he's probably represented some sketchy characters working for
I
the
don't know.
unions in Chicago.
They were I would say well connected because like his daughter ran the DNC convention in Chicago, like, and was that like early 2000s or late 90s or something like that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hi, Texas
So
Val.
Basically, you're saying that Jim actually had connections with the mob.
When Jim was a young man, there was a place up in Eagle River that was owned by. Hey, Jim, who owned Jack O' Lantern? We were just talking about this. And you got Dorfman.
Alan Dorfman.
And he's in the movie. Is that what's that?
Casino.
Casino, the guy that he's one of the guys that gets killed or
It's the
whatever.
one where they say, well, what so-and-so won't talk. He's a stand-up guy. And there's a bunch of old guys. Some of them got oxygen tubes. They're in the courthouse talking about this hit they're going to do. And one of them says, I know he's a stand-up guy, but why take chances? So they kill him anyway when he's coming out of this restaurant. That's that character, because they did the movie based on a bunch of different situations. That one is the Dorfman hit. He comes out of a restaurant. He gets hit in the parking lot of this restaurant, and then his buddy gets found between two buildings, and they figured the guy could have lived like a week.
Yeah, they
dropped him off the roof, and he got stuck in between the two buildings on the way down.
They had this thing up north. This private resort they had was called the Jack O' Lantern, but like you had Jimmy Hoffa was up there. And how old were you when you were there? 13, 14? Jim's like, oh yeah, we got interviewed by the FBI, and stuff like
12
that.
and 13.
Yeah.
The 2 summers I worked there. Yeah, and they come in, and they were, my boss told me, he says, just tell them whatever they want to know. Well, we don't know anything anyway, so yeah, we tell them what. So they get bored with talking to us. But you got all these suits asking you questions. We're like, feel like big shots. Who they want to interview us? But we didn't know where Jimmy Hoffa was either, so they left.
Oh, is that after Jimmy Hoffa went missing? Yeah.
That's before he got in well, he was already in trouble for the union stuff, but before they had any like evidence. The problem was they had too much that he was gonna. They're afraid he was gonna talk, so that's why they had.
So you're saying Jimmy Hoffa could be dead in that lake there?
I don't think so.
Anyway.
Well, if he was, they wouldn't have been like, "Oh yeah, cooperate all you want," because they knew damn well he wasn't there.
Okay.
Oh, that cat.
Actually, they got a lot of neat stuff up there. I mean, like farther from us, if you ever took a vacation up there, not that you guys all live far away, but you have Al Capone's hideouts in northern Wisconsin. You have the other place that Dillinger got shot up at. If you watch the Dillinger movie where he's in northern Wisconsin, I've eaten there, and they still have the bullet holes in the cabin walls and stuff. That's a neat place.
Hoppa's under Todd's pool.
Yeah, when did he go missing? What year?
What year was that? What year did Hoffa go missing, Jim?
Like in the 80s or 90s.
Late 60s.
Oh, yeah, it's like early 70s or late 60s, Jim thinks.
Couldn't be my pool. It was built in.
Well, you were born in 65, so in 75 you'd have been 10.
They thought they were looking for. They said they were looking for Hoffa.
Oh.
What they're really looking for was who was staying there, because they're trying to get him on tax evasion. Because he was writing the place off as a business expense, entertaining business associates. But if you let like friends and family use the place, then you can't use it as a write-off, and that's really what they're trying to get them on was tax stuff.
Oh, that's how they get them all, tax evasion.
But my mom would drop me off at the end of the driveway, and I would walk in, because if she took the car in, that was a big deal, because you had to stop at the gatehouse, and the guy would have to check everything or whatever. So this way, if I just walked in, I would just wave to the guy and let me go through the gate, go to work. But this and it's not like it's just like a little resort, you know what I mean? It's not like you would expect you to have an armed guard at the gatehouse or whatever. It was weird.
I'm going to run my packages out real quick. I'll be right back.
All right.
75. Yeah, it couldn't be under my pool. It was built in like 79. Unless somebody just held on to Jimmy's body for 4 years, then they could have done it under my pool.
Wow.
They're not looking for Jimmy. They're just curious.
No, but did I see
is.
something like a couple weeks ago where they were looking into something at the Meadowlands again or something? I thought I saw it on a news thing, unless I'm crazy, which I could be. But I thought I saw they were just, not that they're tearing stuff up, but they were like looking into some possibilities like at the Meadowlands again for Jimmy Hoffa.
What are you going to do, erect a statue?
Yeah. We found them.
We have closure. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, that's been one of the mysteries of the world. Where's Jimmy?
Yeah. Well, how's eBay doing, Todd?
Uh, it's okay. I mean, it's kind of amazing the consistency I've had the last 3 or 4 years. I'm selling
Yeah.
just about the same amount every year now.
Well,
But
that's
it's
good.
weird how it goes because, like, in 2020, I had 2 really big buys. So that should have been a really big year, and it wasn't bad. But 2021 has been almost as good.
Well, I think
So
with
it's like, I don't know.
I think earlier because everybody was doing a lot of online shopping, that really did help us, for online sellers,
Yeah. So I've had more like big ticket item. I mean, not big ticket. It's just like kind of big for me in 2021.
Mm,
It's like yesterday I sold a shipping case for $320.
nice.
Um, which, yeah, that's kind of the goal anyway. Just sell fewer things, but sell higher value things. So,
Yeah.
like 2021, I sold a ton of blue jeans and a ton of video games.
That's kind of nice bread and butter stuff it always sells.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm just cranking along myself.
Yeah.
I didn't have the big increase like Valerie did, but Valerie, she worked her ass off in 2021. She
Well,
put
I'll
up,
say that helps, and you do a lot of listings that will increase your
she's
sales.
she's been a listing uh, guru or something, whatever you would call it, a listing fiend in 2021. I ain't gonna work that hard.
You're
I don't have to, but
too old to work that hard, Todd.
I still got my retirement check, so I don't have to work that hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been real steady.
Well, that's good.
I think in 2021 I sold $64,000 gross. In
My freaking
2020,
flag was stuck,
20,
frozen in the downward position. I had to like yank it.
2021 I'll be about 55,000 in gross sales,
Yeah.
which
Ooh,
is
good job.
that's all I need.
Well, you start making too much money, Todd, they just tax it high, so it pushes your income up.
I don't know. So yeah, my tax bill is high. It's high every year.
Yeah, I know.
It's just nuts the amount of money I give the federal government.
Well, that's it. They got to tax those rich people.
Yeah, craziness. Um,
Huh. Fishing and Pickens says that the FBI was looking for Jimmy Hoffa in New Jersey 17 years ago.
17 hours ago. I saw something.
Oh, 17 hours.
Yeah, I saw some
17.
kind of like news thing like on my Facebook feed that they were like they were re-looking for him again, like around the Meadowlands or something. I don't know.
That's crazy.
He's gone. I mean,
Yeah. He probably had another family and
They could have cremated him for all you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back then, they could have cremated him and got rid of his ashes.
That's like
I think he's
hunting.
alive. He's living with Elvis somewhere.
That's like looking for the Indiana Jones type stuff. They're not going to find him.
It's like the Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, like National Treasure.
Yeah.
Find Jimmy
It's
Hoffa.
all a secret Mason conspiracy.
Yeah, it's really freaking cold outside today.
You gotta move south, Sally.
I know, I'm going to. I'm sure.
Get out of there. It's too cold.
It was just so weird this morning because it was like we got a huge fog, and then it dropped the temperature like 15 degrees.
Huh.
And so when I got out of work, it was 9.
Ooh.
And it was like in the 30s. So it was like really, really cold. Mr. City says, leave Elvis out of this, Tara.
Yeah, he's probably living with Jimmy Hoffa. They're always, you always have like those tabloids. Elvis is alive. Here's proof. Hoffa's alive. Here's proof.
Yeah. Well, Elvis worked out of Vegas a lot, so the mob controlled Vegas. So, and Jimmy Hoffa was in with the mob too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
They were hand in hand on a bunch of deals, I think.
Well, I think in the beginning when they were like forming the union, they used the mob as their muscle.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy that people could just disappear into thin air. But it was easier back then because now like paper trails have turned into internet trails.
They have that YouTube channel where he solves like those missing people things. Like he found those people in that lake in that car, and they'd been missing for like 25 or 30 years.
Well, there's the people that do
the diving.
The diving. Yeah. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Because I think it was in Tennessee. Really they found that car. I think they were younger kids, like 16 to 18 or whatever. Yeah, they've been missing like since '96 or something, or '95.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool to listen to the story, but it's sad too.
There was an airplane that went down into the lake in the Texas Panhandle, like in the 1970s. And the Texas Panhandle had some bad droughts for quite a while, and the lake level went real low, and they finally found that plane like 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
They didn't say
I like
they
those
found
kind of
any.
videos too, where they'll have like these reservoirs, and then the water level go way down, and then you'll find like old buildings in them and stuff when it was like a town in that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy that they would keep vehicles and not really want to take them out, or find them, unless they have dead people. That's really the only time that they'll go fishing for them, is if they think that there's somebody dead in them.
Yeah.
But you gotta think all that.
Well, I know, like, I'll use it as an example. In northern Wisconsin, they're like a lot more sophisticated on finding like stuff that goes down in the water. Like, you'll have somebody that an old snowmobile will go through the ice or whatever. The recovery on it, it's a lot of money to recover it. So you're like, I'll just pretend it didn't happen or whatever. But now you have them where they go through with like sonar and stuff. They find it. They read the registration number off the side of the hood, and they'd like charge you. I think it's like $1,000 a day And you have, I think
Wow.
you have on a snowmobile, you have maybe 30 days to get it out, and then after that, they charge you $1,000 a day every day it's in the
Wow.
water because of like environmental hazard stuff. But like the recovery on it's probably like, $5,000-$10,000.
Yeah. Wow. So if you're going to drive your snowmobile on thin ice, you need to take the registration
You
tags
need to
off.
stay on the throttle if you're gonna go out on thin ice.
Yeah.
Don't slow down.
Yep.
Jim broke through the ice in Minnesota, but when they fell through the ice, there was another sheet of ice underneath them. So they were like in this thing of water in between these two big sheets of ice. So they were in water like up to their chest, maybe like 4 foot.
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Yeah, Jim's like, I'm in this ski toboggan. The guy's on the snowmobile. He goes, he's like John Wayne. He's older than Jim. He's standing on the running board. The snowmobile is still kind of floating by the seat. He lights a cigarette. Jim's like, I'm in this toboggan. He goes, the water's shooting up through these little holes in the bottom of it. And he goes, my voice is all tight. I go, are we going to die? He goes, we might, Jim. We just might. But if we try to jump to that snowbank, maybe we'll live.
Oh my God.
Anyway, so then they figured out there was this other, which I tell you the truth, they went in the water and then they got it out. Some of the guys stood in the water. I wouldn't have gotten that water because how thick is that ice underneath there? You know what I mean? But they got that,
Yeah.
they pulled that sled out, dried it out, and it ran fine. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. And why did
It
it fall through the
happens
ice?
every
Because the
year
person
here.
in front of them that was driving a snowmobile hit the brakes, and the other snowmobile had to hit the brakes, and that was it. Boom. Because you keep momentum up, usually you can go right over the top of it.
Yeah. Man. It happens every year here
Yeah.
in this lake here. It's like inevitable that somebody's gonna go in. It's either a vehicle or like a truck
Yeah.
or it's a snowmobile.
So that packing peanut ban in New York, if I used them in Texas to ship to New York,
I didn't read the article. I just
would they
saw
pay
that.
me?
I just read the title. I didn't read it yet.
I mean, is
Oh,
it a
they're
ban
banning
from?
packing peanuts in New York. It's a foam free, whatever they call it.
That's good. They taste terrible.
But I mean, like, if you ship from Texas to New York, are you going to get in trouble if you use
I
packing
don't know. I'll
peanuts?
look at it.
I never use them.
I don't use them, but
Yeah, I don't either, but I'm just a lot of sellers do.
yeah.
I can't afford them.
I remember the Gilmans had a big setup for using one.
Well,
Mhm.
we have used them, like where it's like something like so super
Like a
expensive,
chandelier.
delicate, where we had to like float it. Will you shut up? You're not going out there.
Garbage girl.
Yeah, expanded foam containers and packing peanuts beginning January 1st. And then they talk about, oh, wow, it's going to really impact restaurants. No more foam cups and stuff.
Oh, yeah, great. Then all the New York people are going to be coming here.
I don't know how they could get you in trouble, Todd.
Yeah, I doubt it, but
Oh, here's what it says. Starting January 1st, New York prohibits any person engaged in a business of selling or distributing prepared food or beverages for on or off-premise consumption after from selling, offering for sale, or distributing. So that's the food industry. In
so
addition,
those little
no manufacturer
styrofoam to
or
go
store
plates.
will be allowed to sell, offer for sale, or distribute foam peanuts, loose fill packing in the state.
But you can still use just plastic containers, which makes no sense
Yeah,
because just because it's not expanded, it's still plastic and it
yeah.
probably weighs about the same amount,
Yeah.
you know? So I don't know.
Well, it's optics. They're really not trying to fix anything.
I'm
That's
actually
what, I mean, you're in
feeling
a
better
business.
today.
Oh my God, can you
The
imagine?
government's a business.
Okay, we're getting too
You
political.
got well. I mean, well, what's political? It's
But like those
government
poor, like,
is a corporation. That's how
okay,
it works.
yes, those poor food people who have been doing carryout because they couldn't have dine-in dining. What do you think they're selling this stuff in? Foam food containers and stuff. Anyway,
Whatever though. That's I guess it's a workaround. We'll have to figure it out.
Hmm.
See you in 4 years.
We should use like wood and board.
I
Can I
guess.
pet that dog?
Oh my God, Daisy, no. Oh my God,
She wants
last
to go out
night.
and tear up the neighbor's garden.
Last night it's raining. Her and the old lab are outside. Okay. I'm like, they haven't come back yet. I'm gonna go look for them because there's a pair of young dogs across the street that sometimes they go mess with. Can't find them. Drive down the road. All of a sudden, I see my stupid old 10-year-old lab. He's like got this stupid look on his face while he's ripping up the neighbor's garbage. I'm like, God dang you! So I yell at him. Daisy, the puppy's over there. So I turn around. I'm coming back. I see Daisy in the middle of the road with like a potato salad container. I go right up on her, blow the horn. She runs home. I'm like, I come in the house, I get him in. I'm like, come on, Jim. It's like, I don't know, 11:30 at night. Come on, Jim, help me pick up the neighbor's garbage because I don't want to get them. I mean, it's my fault. It's my dogs. I wouldn't leave it, but I don't want to get the neighbors mad at me. I'm like, come on, help me get this garbage picked up. So then last night, because this is all she's doing is pestering to go outside. So after I went to bed, like 3 in the morning, Jim lets her out. She gets by Jim, runs down the road to the garbage. So
But
he's
I
out
went
there.
with her, so I thought I could
Oh.
control her.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I was out with her the whole time.
Yeah, but she gets down to the garbage, so he's got to run down there. He's got his belt off. He's trying to like catch her or whip her.
No, I was trying to use it for a leash. I wasn't trying to whip her. Oh yeah, come here, dog. I'm gonna whip you with a leash. No. I was trying to wrap it around a collar.
How long were you out there messing with her?
20 minutes.
Oh.
But she's like a game. She'd run, she'd attack their bags, and then jump away like I should chase her. And I felt like like those dog fight, where the airplanes come towards each other. Because it's also pitch dark, by the way. I can't see anything. It's foggy and dark. I can just see the neighbor's yard light in the distance. I have no light, and all I hear is kicking and paws slapping on the asphalt as this thing runs by me at 20 miles an hour. And I'm trying please, Daisy, please, come here, girl. I'll give you a cookie. I'm begging her. I'm almost frustrated to tears. I'm just, please, dog. It's late at night. I just want to go to bed. Just come in the effing house. Oh my God, I was ready to kill her.
Oh man.
And she's just this morning we got her out on a leash. Because all she wants to do is go straight over there.
Jim's been walking on a leash, but she won't go to the bathroom on a leash. So I'm like, let her loose. We have this wood walking bridge that goes across the creek to our mailbox. I go, I'll stand on the other side of the bridge, give me a yardstick, and won't let her go across the bridge. So I saw her do both her potty business, and now she's in the house till that garbage is gone.
Yeah, we're waiting for the garbage truck, and he's running late.
You need to buy your neighbors one of those dog-proof garbage bins.
Oh my God, they knocked the can down, and it's all full of I'm assuming Christmas stuff, so it's like ham wrappers, potato salad containers. It's just like all the food you throw away or the container stuff after Christmas. So it's just full of delicious dog garbage.
I can see the neighbors coming out. Why are you digging through our garbage?
Well, I don't want to talk to him. Like, oh, sorry, my dog. Well, I'll tell you another little story. Okay. So we're getting this tractor delivered. I'm standing on one bridge and Jim's down at the other because we don't want the guy to drive this heavy truck across a concrete bridge. We're going to have him unloaded on this gravel spot. Whatever, long story. Neighbor stops. Oh, what are you doing? He goes, those dogs across the street bother you? I'm like, no, not really. I mean, they stay over there. They're pretty nice. I said, sometimes they bark or whatever. And I don't really care. Dogs don't bother me. He goes, yeah, because you've been coming over ripping up my garbage. I'm like, well, it might not be those two. It might be the two down the road, which I think are also Daisy's siblings. You have this whole valley full of this family of this litter of puppies. I'm like, maybe it's them because I do see they wander far and stuff like that. He goes, yeah, they rip up my garbage. He was more mad they chased his cat up the tree. So he's like, yeah, so I got the shotgun. I just loaded it with birdshot, and they wouldn't hurt him, just enough to burn him a little bit. And I'm like, so this guy's shooting dogs with birdshot. I'm like,
right.
Note to self, keep dogs home. Anyway. Because I think, well, what happens when you hit the dog in the eye with birdshot? I mean, I'm sure that gets messed up. Anyway.
Yeah.
I just shoot him so it burns a little. Okay.
Anyway. Well, I just know that I've seen scars. Brandon got shot with birdshot when I think he was 15 or so.
Yeah.
He was walking through somebody's pasture. And it was dark.
He shot at him? Oh my gosh.
And they shot birdshot at him, and he has it in his chest. Like, it's a big scar.
Yeah. Jim
So
got
it has
shot.
to hurt them a little bit.
Jim got shot. Him and his oldest son were shooting together. It was something where the case, when it ejected the case, it like broke it like in shards, and it went in his arm. He goes, yeah. He goes, oh, I was trying to joke with him. He's like Brandon's age. Oh, you never did me wrong till you shot me. He goes, then he's crying and stuff, and then he dug it out with a knife. He said, but it hurt.
Yeah. I bet. I bet it hurts a little bit.
Yeah, I've never been shot, so, and I'd like to stay that way.
I've just been shot with a BB gun.
I never got shot with one of them either.
That was kind of stupid, but yeah, just a game of
Anyway.
how close can you get and take the pain. That
Yeah,
kind of game,
yeah.
you know. Yeah, I bet it burns. Jeez. Yeah.
I don't know. That's scary. That neighbor. I mean, he's friendly to me and everything, but I was like, note to self: he shoots at your dogs. Then he also will tie your dogs up and call the Humane Society to come pick them up. Note to self: keep dogs away from there. Which most of my dogs are usually pretty good.
Hey, do they know what Jimmy
Yeah.
does? No.
He's a cop. What happened? It was the case. Did it like break?
No, the cylinder didn't index right on the pistol, so the cylinder didn't line up with the barrel exactly right. So when he pulled the trigger, half the bullet shaved off and went alongside the barrel instead of going down the barrel.
How deep in your arm did it go?
No, it wasn't in my arm, it was in my belly.
Oh, I thought it was in your bicep.
No, just under the skin. I mean, you
Did
can
it
see
hurt?
it.
Did it hurt?
Yeah, it's like a hot poker getting shoved under your skin.
Oh.
It was hot.
Ow.
Well, I'm in the middle of. It takes at least a half an hour to get out of the woods to get back to town or whatever. So I had to fix it right there.
Yeah.
A little bit of field hospital work there.
It wasn't that bad. I just poured some. I had hydrogen peroxide and alcohol. It was all good.
You poured some of that medical alcohol on it.
Fix it right up.
Oh my God! Yeah, they use this rubbing alcohol. They'll pour it on wounds. So we had to pick up Brandon at school. Okay, the nurse is like, "Oh yeah, he cut up a little bit, but it'll be okay." We put Neosporin on. Brandon's like, "Put some medical alcohol on it." He's like, "I don't know, 7." She's like, "Medical alcohol? What do you mean medical? You know, medical alcohol, rubbing alcohol." And she's like, "No, that will burn too much." No, he goes, "No, that's the only way to kill the infection." Anyway.
Man.
But yeah, Jim be out in the woods like Rambo with a stick he picked up off the ground, digging out shards of bullets.
Hey, when I went to college, there was a guy in the dorms he wore camo clothes once in a while, so I thought that's why they called him Rambo. It wasn't. This guy had trouble with hemorrhoids, so he locked himself in his dorm room with a wall mirror on the door. You know, you got the wall mirror on the door, and he operated on his own hemorrhoids.
Oh my God!
With a razor blade.
Oh my God!
With the full length mirror, so he's like got his head down where his knees are, looking at the
mirror.
Oh
my God!
Using a regular, not a safety razor, like a double-edged razor blade for his shaver.
Oh my
That's
God.
why they called him Rambo.
Oh my God. I don't know how anybody would do that.
More like Rambud.
Yeah, Jesus.
Jeez. Of course, hemorrhoids can get so bad that you'll do almost anything to get relief. Anyway, yeah, there's always a one of those clinics you can go to. Here, drain this for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or Tux.
Yeah. Something.
That sounds
anyway,
really owie.
Thanks for bringing up that topic, Jim.
Yeah, he left already. Yeah, he dropped that nugget and walked away.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Anyway, yeah, 2021 was a good sales year, I guess.
Yeah.
How about y'all? Y'all
still
settled
get to
down
live
from
in
your
my
move,
house.
so y'all did good, didn't you?
So is it going to be worse? Is it going to be worse in 2022? for
I don't know.
numbers because people
In
aren't getting
some
stimulus money and
in some
all
ways,
that
it can't help but be worse because, um, okay,
inflation.
inflation's going up nearly
Yeah,
10% next year. So you're looking at having to increase the amount you're selling your stuff for 10% just to keep up. And
yeah,
then who's going to buy it?
right.
I already set my stuff about the maximum I think people will pay
Yeah.
for it. And then shipping costs are going up. We can't, USPS is making it impossible to ship anything longer than 24 inches because they're giving a $15 surcharge. I'm like, well, if I've got a $15
Is
golf
it
club
volume?
and I've got $10 shipping on it, somebody will still buy it.
Oh yeah.
But if I've got a $15 golf club and $24 shipping on it,
Ooh,
nobody's going to buy it
Yeah,
I don't want to
because
go
that's what
there.
the surcharge would cost. Um, and then I don't have any um, shipping materials for those like baseball bats and golf clubs, uh, except for the USPS tubes.
yeah,
So, and then I've got like 3 packages of those 36-inch long shipping tubes. I guess I'll just take them to the post office and just hand them to them and say, here, you can have these back. I can't use them anymore. Oh, what else am I going to do with them? Just throw them away?
yeah. They probably don't want them.
I suppose I could cut them up, cut them in half, and use them like halvesies, or for like
Yeah,
15-inch items or 16-inch items.
right.
But God, that'll take forever. I don't know how many of that type of stuff I sell. Anyway, what a pain. So there's things
Hmm.
in 22 that are going to be worse.
Yeah. I always said in the
So
recession in '09, it was good because you had people were going into the used market more to buy stuff because it was more affordable for them or stuff like that. I mean, maybe with the supply uh, chain crunch and stuff, but I don't know. I mean, I think you're gonna have people. I don't know if they're gonna buy what I would call frivolous stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah,
yeah, it's that may be true, but I look at guys like Lonnie Honeycutt, and he's just selling figurines and sports
Yeah.
memorabilia and all this stuff, and it's just flying out of his store, and I'm like, how are people affording that now? So
yeah.
people aren't giving up their collections even though price is going up. I don't know. We'll see. It may not be as bad as I think it'll be.
I don't know.
Yeah. Just a prediction, you know. But
Yeah.
I've heard a couple of people say, it's probably numbers are gonna be bad because we don't have that extra money coming in for, some people, the stimulus and child care tax credit when they get those in, they
Oh, tax return time, like those, like because if you had a child and you got the monthly payment, I mean
right,
your tax returns are going to be smaller because you already got paid half
yeah,
of your child tax credit.
yeah, so we may not see as much during tax return
I don't
time.
think people exactly understood that. When you get the monthly payment, your tax return is going to be smaller.
Hmm.
If you have like you get one because of child tax credit.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I'm sure took that.
You know,
Truckers have to be vaxxed by the end of the year. Bunch are just parking their trucks. Wow. We need a bigger bottleneck, right, Sadie?
Yeah.
Jeez. If truckers are going to start parking their trucks.
Hmm.
Truckers saved America's ass during the 2020 and most of 2021.
Yeah.
God, if the trucking industry shut down, geez, this country would be in a world of hurt,
Oh yeah.
hurt, hurt.
Yeah. It would. And nothing would be going anywhere.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how sales go. We'll see.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't really complain about Christmas time. I mean, I can't really complain about December. Only thing in December when that tornado hit here, I noticed like they pushed out my date on shipping, and then my sales slowed down that next day. I mean, a lot. I mean, drastically. I'm like, what the heck? And kind of part of me wondered if they didn't throttle me. But then we started shipping right away, and then it went back up to normal. So
Huh.
it was kind of weird. So I had a little bit of a blurb there, and because of it, well, I didn't list. We were shipping right away because we would pack everything up, put the weights on it, and then we had to drive over to Jim's family's house to print the labels because we didn't have internet for like, I don't know,
Right.
5 days or so. But I didn't list during that time, so that affected it too.
Yeah.
Like
So
that week before Christmas.
I wonder how they would enforce that trucker fax check anyway. They're gonna have cops pull
Well,
off
you gotta
every
go
truck
through
they
weight
see over.
stations. I mean, if you have to go stop at weight stations when they're open. So if you
So they're
had the weight
gonna
station
they're
people
gonna
enforce it, I don't
they're gonna
know.
have you show your Vax card at a way station. Jeez.
Maybe. Or like when you go into like if you go pick up at certain like wherever hubs or whatever, maybe to get in you'd have to have proof of vaccination. I don't know how that works.
Sounds like Europe. I mean, we were in Germany and Austria and stuff, and every place you went wanted to see your Vax card.
Oh yeah.
If it was a
Well,
grocery store,
sounds
a
like a joy.
restaurant, or
Yeah.
just even a clothing store or any of the uh, if you went into a castle to tour a castle, there were people at the door of the castle saying, "We need to see your
Yeah.
Vax card."
Yeah, Jim went on that MeWe or whatever, but I don't even think he goes and looks at it very much anymore. Jim got rid of his Facebook. He doesn't have his own Facebook anymore. But now, so I had two Facebooks. He took over my little Facebook. You don't have any friends on it, and he just uses it to go look at Facebook Marketplace.
Uh, Gwen and I had to get a COVID test to get on the cruise ship next month.
Yeah.
So, and that's just a pain in the butt because we live in a small town. You can't just go get a COVID test next door, and it has to be less than 48 hours before you leave. Well,
Mm,
it takes 12, 15 hours to travel to Florida to get on the ship. So
Hmm.
then you got a small window of time and very few places to go get a COVID test. So I'm like,
yeah.
this is a pain in that pain. Anyway,
Yeah.
oh well, it's the
I
world
don't know.
we're
I
living
mean,
in
how does it
now.
affect those businesses too? Because I've
Uh,
vaccinated, but I'm like, screw it. I'm just gonna wait till this stuff calms down. I'm not gonna go to that kind of stuff right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
I'm
honestly the way I feel. Not that there's anything wrong with for people that do, but I'm just like, no. Like even like when Disney was masking and stuff, I'm like, I just don't want to walk around in Florida when it's 90 degrees with a mask on my face. I'll just wait till stuff settles down.
mm,
Ooh.
So get it.
get it.
Got it. Got it.
Sell more of those $900 bracelets.
I don't know what it was. It was something good.
And the stock market's up again today. We're setting
Oh.
records in the stock market.
Oh, really? I haven't even really paid attention to it.
It's not going up a ton, but it's every little bit that it goes up now is a new record because
But what's
it's
driving it up right now?
it's still money coming in from all this incentive. You don't think all the money that was given out in the government dole went to private individuals?
No, and you had like the infrastructure bill had a lot of kickbacks in it.
Yeah, businesses got a bunch of tax breaks, and they're buying back a lot of their own stock.
No.
Um, and so I don't know, but I'm in the market some, so I'll ride that puppy as long as it lasts, I guess. It's just craziness.
Well,
It's in a bubble. It really is. I should just sell everything and get out, but I'm a glutton for punishment.
aren't we all?
Yeah.
Oh, Jessica just popped in.
Oh,
Jessica,
Yeah, she
how
just
are
had a
you,
baby.
girl? She had a baby?
Yeah, maybe about a month ago.
yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen you. Hope you're doing good. We're going to shut it down.
No, it's over an hour. Time to go to work.
Hope everybody has a good day and get all your stuff done. And we shall see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye,
Okay.
guys. Thanks for coming.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.